with Anthony Prichard, who is a Google master. I'm sure that's not the words he used to describe himself, but that is, I mean, maybe he does. But this is a series of classes that one will help the next one. So you're going to be glad that you were here for the series. And he also has a video from the previous meeting so that you guys can catch up with that as well. And then you'll feel like you're all caught up. Once you see what he has to offer here, you'll want to go back and take the first class. But this is going to help you to build your Google business so that people can find you. And we are really excited to have Anthony teach this class and lead us onward with Google. So with that, Anthony, would you like to take over?
Absolutely. Thank you for that nice introduction, Regina. I know we've worked together for the last 3 or 4 years, I think.
Oh,
Eh,
for the in-office meetings again.
Yeah. And thank you for sponsoring this program and bringing it to the virtual space. I did make Regina a co host, so she's able to admit people into this workshop. And I'll just go ahead and get started right now. I have my slide deck right here. Okay, so selling with Google My Business. What we do drives who we are. My name's Anthony Prichard, and I'll be your trainer for today. Thanks for joining us. This is a workshop that allows you to get found for your most valuable keywords with your free Google Business listing. We're going to go over just the basics as well as some advanced functions so that your neighbors can find you. And that's a good thing because your competitors can't do what you do, only you can do that. Our agenda for today is tough questions. I'm going to ask you some of those tough questions. I mean, that's the reason you hire a coach, anyways. And so we're going to go over those. I've got an interactive activity so that you guys can work with each other. And I'm going to go through some free tools as well as your ideal customer journey. I'm going to give you some homework, and it's all surrounding this great free tool called Google My Business. Um, that last one you saw there was if we have time in the end, we'll go through some paid advertising that directs people to your Google business listing. Okay, so here's the first tough question. What comes up? And Regina, I've got a little feedback. So somebody um, has their audio on. If that's you, please mute it or somehow, some way get that going. Good. What comes up when you search for realtor near me? Do you come up? Well, you should because Google knows your location. And Google knows that a good result for anybody searching for this is going to be next to you. The next tough question: what does your digital footprint look like? I mean, this is the frontier of the, the digital space. Have you claimed your free prospects out there, your free digital properties? The more property you have online, the easier it is to find you. And have you optimized your digital content for your local area? I mean, it's more convenient for you if you're not showing houses all over the place. And it's more convenient for the buyer or the seller when they've got somebody who specializes in that local neighborhood. So, have you claimed that zip code? Have you claimed your local municipality? And if you're asking this question, the answer is to spend, 15 minutes a week inside of your free Google My Business listing. So it starts with a search. It starts with realtor near me, or real estate agent near me, or homes for sale near me. And your goal is to get found for people that are using this, because 90% of people today solve their daily problems with the Google search engine. And since Google owns Google My Business, they recognize that companies who have optimized their Google My Business listing are a good result for people who are using geographical type keyword modifiers. Have you heard of avatar marketing? This is a strategy where you communicate to the demographic or the persona who has the highest demand and the most amount of money for what you do. And it allows you to build trust with that person the fastest. And that's what we want to do when we communicate, isn't it? So instead of the opposite, which is creating a message that's for everyone, the most effective online marketing strategy zeroes in on your avatar or your most profitable persona. And this is easy to start with, because all you have to do is market to yourself. You are going to build trust the fastest with people who look a lot like yourself. That's just subconsciously going on in everyone's decision-making process. They subconsciously believe that you will interpret their needs the best if you act and behave a lot like them. So, for example, my avatar would be a 40-something single father who is athletic and is entrepreneurial. Those those home buyers or home sellers are just going to naturally connect with me the fastest, because subconsciously their decision-making process that's going on in the background is saying, yep, that guy gets me. I could see myself doing business with that guy. So when we create this online content that we put out there, we should direct it towards our avatar. And this is the first activity. So I'm going to break you up into groups, and I'm going to put you with one other person randomly, and you're going to come up with your top keywords. Okay, so this is where you're going to use your list. And together, you're going to come up with these top keywords for you. And this has to do with your personality and your neighborhood. And we've got, oh, here we go. Okay. Looks like we're going to have 10 rooms. And after you come up with your list, I guess we're going to have like, let's just share 2 minutes, talk with one another, 2 or 3 minutes, come up with your list of your top 5 or your top 10 keywords that you want to be found for. Looks like we've got 3 people. Okay. I'll see you there. See you after. Like a lot of rooms with 3 people in there. And I don't think Regina got assigned.
Sorry, I don't have the list in front of me. Yeah, I don't need to post it or something to answer the questions.
Just come up with the keywords that you would like to be found for.
We run a little retail shop too, and that's where I'm at, based on the weekend. But I think I'm gonna kind of lean towards, I don't know if this is gonna work, referrals.
Referrals from all over Colorado or all over the country, or?
I think I'm gonna go with all over.
Mhm.
I live in Clear Creek County, and I'm real close to Summit, but I'm not a member of Summit, and it's pretty pricey. So
Okay.
everybody I get in for Summit, I'm gonna, I've already got a relative up there that we're gonna do referrals. But
Okay.
anyway, that's one of them. So, but go ahead. I don't want to take up the whole thing.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I'm starting back in real estate. I was in before the crash years ago, and now I'm back into it. So now I'm not sure what my market is.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Tony, was was Jeff not in your group?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Was Jeff not in your group?
He was, but I couldn't understand. I couldn't hear anything at all.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, did you have a list of your top 5 keywords?
I'm working on them. Yeah.
What neighborhood are you in?
Thornton.
Okay.
Thornton.
So Thornton Realtor would definitely be one then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Looks like some of you are bouncing out of there, so I'll close those rooms. Let everybody come back into the main room. "30 seconds.
Because I'm using. Okay. Because I'm using my phone and my computer for, I don't know why the audio is not working on my computer. I can't go into a breakout room because I'm in 2 spaces.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I'm muting again.
Okay. All right. So we're all back in the main room, and thank you for doing that activity, because what we're doing is creating the customer journey. We're imagining ourselves as our most profitable persona, them getting to a place in their life where they're so, ready to make a change that they sit down in their present moment and they type something in to the Google search engine. Whatever it is they're typing in is the thing that we want to show up for. And I don't know if you saw it on my last slide, but schools in Englewood, for me, I live in Englewood, Colorado. It would be a great search term. Because do you know what happens right after they find an attractive school? If there's somebody who's moving in from out of state, they look for schools, then they look for a house. So if I was a realtor who went around and did a quick summary of all the schools in my neighborhood, I would save that person who's doing their research maybe 20, 30 minutes, because I would have clearly explained in a short video what each school specializes in, and I would help them to do their research to get more information faster. And did you know that 90% of people prefer to do their home buying research with video. And there's just so many opportunities to create videos about things in your neighborhood that have a direct relation to the value of the properties in that neighborhood. So if you like to do yoga or Pilates, you could make a quick video on those yoga session classes in that neighborhood. If you like pick up basketball, you can find that. If you like to ride on a bike or go to a dog park, if you like to collect mushrooms or go any number of things, go to concerts at Red Rocks. There are all these great pieces of content that you can publish about your neighborhood that people would then automatically get an introduction to who you are and what you do, as well as getting what they were looking for. So these keywords are important to your brand and who you are. So the next breakout room I'm going to create is one where you talk about the content that you can publish. Okay, so we're going to make a list of the content that we can publish in the next 3 months. Okay, you need a piece of content to publish every week. We're going to talk about it together. Let's do this again. I'm going to increase the breakout rooms to 13 because too many groups had 3 in them. And let's do this one-on-one and go. All right, so we've got a room here of the non-joiners. Looks like Kevin. I'm going to move Kevin to room 2 because Regina's in a room 4 all by herself. And then I'm going to move Sean to room 10 so that he's not all by himself because Debbie, oh, yep, Debbie, you're still here. Debbie and Jeff. Why don't you two use this as your room? And let's list the top 10 pieces of content that you can publish. It looks like Jeff, maybe he joined. It's just me and Debbie now. Okay. Well, I'm gonna swimming. I like swimming, so I'm gonna do a video on all the swimming pools. I'm going to do city council meeting. I'm going to do hi, Katie.
Hi there.
Was your room empty?
I could see Regina, but I know that she couldn't hear or talk back. So
Okay.
kind of just went like this to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, one of the ideas I came up with was attend a city council meeting and publish information that I discovered by attending the city council meeting. I think that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would say to people that, you know, I'm on top of things. I'm keeping track of the developments that are happening in my neighborhood. And so I can help you maybe more easily project the increase that your home value would have in the next years. Any good ones you came up with?
Well, I have been I've been volunteering for a certain charitable organization in Broomfield. And so just doing, I've been doing some donations, organizing donations and stuff, and just talk about where those donations go and how it works. I
Nice.
thought that might be a good idea.
Definitely. People make decisions based on
Yeah.
emotions, and they certainly are emotional about their charities that they give back to.
Right.
All
There's
right.
Regina.
Yep. 20 more seconds. 5 seconds. Okay, it looks like everybody's back. Did you come up with some good ideas for content to publish? Great. Good. I'm glad that was helpful. I was in a room with Katie, and she talked about some nonprofit work that she was doing that would be good to publish about. And I thought, you know, attending a city council meeting would also, and reporting on maybe the developments that were happening or any municipal laws that were changing would also be good to publish about, because that would convey the message that I'm on top of things and that I could more easily predict the increase in value that the property would have if somebody were to purchase a house in any particular area of my city. So good. Thank you for doing that. We'll jump back into my proposal, or my presentation, sorry, and we'll kind of go over these. That was the first activity we did. Come up with the keywords that you want to be found for. And this is the second thing we did. List of 15 things that you can publish so that you can stay top of mind with the people who know you so that they can refer you, as well as stay top of mind with people that have never met you before. And this is kind of what your digital space looks like. Your domain is the URL of your website, and you've got all these tools connected to Google that help you drive traffic to your website or help you analyze the traffic that goes to your website. And then right there at the top is the search engine. And the search engine uses all this information to help people to find your website. So as the business owner, it's really your responsibility to take claim to all of these things that help your website perform better. And the thing at the top of the list for me, the place to start, is Google My Business. So this is a draft that I've come up with that talks about your ideal customer journey. In my mind, the best way for me to introduce myself to someone is with a short educational video. And I feel like that just gives me the best opportunity to convey my body language. And body language conveys trust 80% better than print, text, or audio. And so that's why I've created my brand around video and teaching people how to use video more effectively. But of course, what happens when you discover something new that you've never heard of before? That may even sound too good to be true. What do you do next? You go check out their reviews, right? Because you trust those reviews more than you trust that person's website. And it's just another one of those subconscious decision-making processes. We trust 10 times what other people say about us, what other people say about someone, than what they say about themselves. And so that's where the majority of our journey, our customer journey, happens. They may say us somewhere, anywhere online, and then the next place, if they're really in the market, to consider, is that somebody I think I can work with? The next place they go is Google My Business. And so all those things on that last page are trying to send people to a landing page on our website. It might not be the home page, but it might be the home page. And it's designed to give them an experience. We want to be able to provide content to people who are either in the decision-making process and they want immediate gratification, or are they still in the research mode and they're still trying to do their due diligence? And another way for us to invite them to engage with us is to give them a free download or an opt-in. Check out my map of all of the best resources in my city by just typing in your email here, and it will show up in your inbox. That's a way for us to start generating, a list that we can start to groom, and it works for us automatically every day. Now, I think the most valuable thing on any website is a video testimonial, and that is the class that is next in this series of 6. That class is on March 30th, where we talk about video testimonials and fun free video apps. So make sure to tune in for that. But, somebody's going to hand you a big frickin' pile of money to do your job. And the only thing that they're worried about is getting a bad experience, because that's what they're fearful of. And the best way to reduce that risk is for them to watch somebody that just went through the process before them and had a great experience. And the best way to do that, again, is with a video testimonial. So I hope you'll tune in on March 30th. Mark your calendars. Another 10 a.m. workshop on Tuesday, March 30th.
Can I be heard now? Yes?
Yeah, yes, you certainly can.
I
Thank
feel
you.
free. Okay, so also add your email addresses to this chat box so that you can get a personal invitation to that class and not forget.
Great.
Please.
Thank you, Regina. Now, once you have their email, you can continue to send them value. Again, the best value to send them is about things in this neighborhood that have a direct relation to the value of their homes. And that's the rec center nearby. That's the bike trail. That's the gardening tip. That's the recipe you make in your kitchen. That's your canning advice, your window cleaning advice. That's anything and everything that you represent, which is the biggest purchase of their life. And now that we've created this introduction and this conversation, it's time for the transaction. And it's okay to ask, are you wondering what the value of your house might be now? Are you interested in letting me be your tour guide and taking you on to look some houses? Are you wondering how much house you qualify for? And then, continuing with that value are these case studies that dive deeper into the services that you gave for these people. So this is the digital space, this entire journey, and it's done automatically for you. No longer are you proactively responsible for doing all of your selling, but now this passive model of building a relationship with you is in place. And it started with your attendance here in this workshop to learn Google My Business a little bit better. So what's your process? How do you go about creating this online journey for them? Well, in my mind, of course, it all starts with a video. And we're going to do a quick one next. So that's our third activity, our third and final activity. We're going to create a quick video. Then you're going to publish that video somewhere, even on Google My Business. Then if that video performs, if you get good feedback from that content, well, then you might consider boosting that content to get more reach, to get more visibility. And of course, all this traffic that we're creating, we're hopefully sending them to our website. And we're using these free Google tools to analyze that traffic. And then after we've set up that video sales funnel, we want to optimize their experience. And we can use these SEO tools on the right to improve our presence for free over time. And Google My Business is like the best freaking tool for that. And so we're just going to shortcut this process from left to right with our next activity. Okay, so are you ready for this? Activity number 3. You do this one on your own, and we're doing this all together. We're going to record a 30-second video on our phones. Everybody got their phone? Right here. We're going to hold it landscape, okay, sideways. Turn on your camera. Okay. Step 1 in this video is your name and title. My name is Anthony, and I'm a certified Google partner. You might say I'm a licensed realtor. Step 2 is the neighborhood that I specialize in, which is Englewood. I've lived here for 15 years. I know everything about this neighborhood because I go on a run every day at noon, and I've probably walked by your house or run by your house. And finally, the call to action. And then we're going to publish this video to our Google My Business listing. All right? Okay, so I'm going to give a demonstration, and then I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do it on your own. All right, let me see if I can set this up. I'm going to stop sharing so that you can go to this speaker view. You can see it. Okay. All right. Ready? I want to get some good lighting in here, so I think I'm going to go do it this way. Hi, my name's Anthony Prichard, and I'm a certified Google partner. I live in Englewood, Colorado. I've been here for 15 years. I know almost everything there is to know about this neighborhood. And I invite you to take me up on my invitation to do a free analysis of your digital footprint so that I can show you what low-hanging fruit exists for you and your business. I'm happy to do that for free of charge, for the pleasure of just introducing myself to you and meeting you. And we can do this all virtually. Okay, so that was 40 seconds actually. But now I've got a great little asset, which is exactly what somebody is looking for when they land on my page. So go ahead and take that time right now. We'll rejoin this class at 10:36. Okay?
Okay.
Everyone working from home and children living at home and working from home. It is time sometimes to make some changes.
All right. The time is now 10:36. So I hope you were able to just record a quick introductory video in the last 2 minutes. The next thing we're going to be going over is the actual guts of your Google My Business listing. So now we've got some content that we can use in it, but your homework for this workshop is listed here. So take a screenshot or just take your phone and take a photo of the screen, or you can write it down real quickly. But if you haven't claimed it already, we're going to teach you how to do that. Then we're gonna quickly go over all of the forms that you should be familiar with in order to get fully optimized for your most valuable keywords. We're going to enable a new function called direct messages on Google My Business, and we're going to post. We're going to go over 3 different types of posts. One of those will be your 30-second video. And I'm going to emphasize how important it is for you to collect online reviews, and I'm going to give you a sweet technique that helps you to collect these online reviews. And because the internet has conditioned people to expect instant gratification, I want to go over this last one with you on how to set up automated appointments. And you might just designate a couple hours every weekend that you are going to allow yourself to be scheduled. Does that sound good? All right, so let's get started and turn this GMB on its head, make it work for us. The cool thing about GMB is that it's already built in. It's baked in to your Gmail account. So however you log in to your Gmail account, you will log in to Google My Business. The best way to find that is to just do a Google search for Google My Business, and you'll come to this page right here. The URL is business.google.com. And if somebody can type that in the chats for me, that's a great way to get to it. That's how I get to it every day. I type in business.google.com, and in a minute, I'll go over with you that exact process. But for you to claim your Google My Business, it's very simple. And if you don't have a Google My Business account, it will let you create one. And all you have to do is type in your business information. It's also referred to as your citation, or your name, address, and phone number, NAP, NAP. All right, this is an article that was written on February 12th of 2021. Oops. About messaging for desktop. Now, it used to only be available in the smartphone. You could enable people to direct message you on your smartphone, but they just realized how valuable it was, and so they opened it up for desktop as well. And we'll go over how you can enable that for your account. Calendly is a free automatic scheduling software that integrates with your current calendar. And it will allow people to automatically book you. Oh, we got a, yeah, thanks for that. It'll allow people to, allow you to set up the time when somebody can book you, and allow somebody to automatically book that time with you for free. So if you have a Calendly account already, great. If not, we'll set one up so that you can integrate it with your Google My Business account. And yeah, that's what people expect these days. And we got to give them what they want, or they're going to go someplace else. So this really is a process of homesteading your own business on the internet. The more of these online properties we fill out, the better score we get, the more relevant Google thinks we are. And Local Viking is a tool that lets you see how high up you're getting found for any particular keyword in the geography of your local area. It helps you compare yourself to your competitors. But Moz, or Moz.com, is an aggregator of business information. And it helps you to get published in thousands of these free online directories for a one-time low cost. It's my favorite SEO tool. It's the thing I do first with any of the clients that I have. And I wanted to share it with you. Recent developments have come to my attention with this company out of Boulder called Intelligent Office. And it applies directly to this strategy of homesteading your digital property. So I wanted to share it with you. They create a virtual address for you, and they include somebody to answer the phone for you in that local area. So if this works for you in your location, you can easily grow your presence online with these virtual offices that are under $100 a month that can help your organic ranking when people in a particular neighborhood are looking for the services that you provide. And so it just it's evidence of this form of marketing and how valuable it is. The only reason this company is growing so fast is because of local search and because of Google My Business listings. So look into that if you want to take this to the next level. This is the map of aggregators. So when you fill out your Mo's local product there, I think it's under $150, they're going to send all your information to these aggregators: Info Group USA, New Star or Local Ease, Axiom, and Factual. These are the data aggregators that send your directory listing to all these other online directories. And it's a great way to build free backlinks, because every time your business is listed in one of these directories, it's a backlink to your website. And if you know anything about SEO, you know that having several backlinks is very important. Google ranks your website based on how many places your website is listed throughout the internet. And its software can track how many places your website is listed online. So it behooves you to be listed in as many places as possible. And instead of going to each one of these directories individually and filling out your profile, you do it once with Mo's Local. And you fill in your brand colors. You fill in your slogan. You fill in your logo, images, videos, and it populates all these directories with that content of yours for you for one low price. It's the best spend in digital marketing today, and it has been for the past 5 years. And so that's why I bring it up.
And that is your money worth out of this class, folks. So thank Anthony at the end of the class for that.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is the type of a GeoGrid search map that I get from Local Viking. So let's say my keyword was a realtor near me. And I found that, okay, they're in the Centennial area. I came up number 1 and 2 in Highlands Ranch. But out here in Arvada, I didn't come up at all. Well, I probably haven't published any content about Arvada. But if I were to publish content about Arvada on my Google My Business listing, then that might show up here. And so this is a tool that you can use to find out, are you showing up at all? Are these efforts you're putting into your digital marketing paying off? And this is good because 70% of all the online traffic skipped past the ads and go straight to the map listing or the organic listing, which is what they feel is more credible than just paying to be on top. So this is the long-term digital marketing strategy that is free, that may not pay off immediately, but it does pay off through the long term. And this is what my Mo's Local status reflects, right? So I'm gonna stop this presentation. That's how can I stop this presentation? I'm gonna go to Mo's.com so that we can do a Google directory search. So if I just go up here to Mo's Local and I say, check my online presence. And then it's gonna give me a tool to enter in my company name, street address and number and zip code and check to see if I am listed in any directories or if I'm not. And it will, if I buy this, it will delete the duplicates and it will correct the information where it's missing or inaccurate. And this is important because if Google actually finds 2 different listings for your business, it won't show your business at all. because it doesn't want to confuse its end user. It really values its end user's experience. And if it sends one of its users to the wrong place, that may have wasted an hour or more of that user's time. And so Google doesn't want to be put in that position. And so it just won't even show you your business at all if it's inaccurate or if it's duplicated or any of these things. So if your information is accurate on all those thousands of online directories, and if it's just one listing, and if it's got a good review rating, it's going to be at the top every time. Okay, so that was my quick walkthrough of that. Let's go back to, where are we here? Yep. Okay, so what else can I do? What else can you do after you've done everything on your Google My Business listing? Well, the first thing you can do is pray, okay? Because it's not up to us. It's up to the end user. So we can just pray that they find us, and we can visit that Google My Business listing every week for 15 minutes, like I said, and post some content like we talked about. But we've been conditioned to expect instant gratification, haven't we? So what else can you do? You can use the Google Ads platform. You know what, Regina? I think before I get into this, we've got to stop and actually get into the guts of our Google My Business listing, because I think I went a little bit too fast. So let me share my screen again and just go into my Google My Business listing. So I'm going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to type in business.google.com, and I'm going to manage my Google My Business listing. Now, I help a lot of other businesses manage their Google My Business listing. So you can do the same thing. If somebody gives you access to their Google My Business listing, then you can help them manage it, and it'll show up in your dashboard, just like this, okay? So, but I want Anthony, okay? And that's an A, so that's at the beginning, right here. And this is the home dashboard. Okay, these are all the things that Google wants you to know about your listing the most. And this has been permanently fixed here for the last year. It wants you to update your customers all the time with your COVID procedures. And so I've done that, and it continues to remind me to update them. I can create a post, can add a photo, or I can create an ad. That was the section we were about to get into, but I pressed the pause button on that one. Here again, it says, let's update everyone about my COVID procedures. Here it's advertising itself. It wants me to create an ad. And here's my latest post. I was promoting this workshop. And then it gives me my performance. This is really interesting, and we're going to go into this next because I think this is the part that's going to be the most interesting for you. This is what happens when my customers post photos to my listing. Comes up here. These are my latest reviews. And if I want to get more reviews, then I just click this share review form. And then I click on that URL, and now it's copied, and I can go paste it. And I can create an email. Okay. I'm going to create an email, and I'm going to go to Regina here just because we like doing these tests together. And I'm going to say, Regina, thank you for working with me buy your beautiful home. I loved working with you. Would you mind? Now, this is the way to do it. I've tried other scripts. This one works the best. Would you mind 2 minutes to leave me paste, just like that, the link. So I've said, thank you. Maybe I include photos. And I say, here's some photos of your beautiful house. And I say, would you mind leaving me an honest online review? So I'm giving it to them and putting it in their hands. And I think people like that and they respect that. You're not saying, I'll give you a gift card if you leave me a review. You're saying, let the public know the honesty about what it's like to work with me. Because I stand behind my brand, I stand behind my business, and the buck stops with me. And it's a great technique for collecting these online reviews. And you really need 5 online reviews for Google to recognize you and to place you in the top 3 for the map pack. So, question, can this be done via text? Yes, it can. And it's actually more effective via text. It's more convenient for the end user. So consider that when you send out your requests for that. Okay, so it says I haven't completed it, but I know I have. I know my logo's in there, so this has been showing up lately and I'm not sure why. Just skip over that. View insights. This is the one I was referring to you earlier. It's also over here on the left. Before I hop over there, I'm just going to finish this first page. It wants you to download the Google My Business app onto your smartphone. So everyone, please do that now. That'll be more important once we get over here to messages, or at least it was until they enabled it on desktop. But when somebody messages you, you want to get instantly notified. So the best way to do that is to make sure it's on your phone and that you've set the notifications to let you know when somebody is asking you a question, like, can you take me to see this house that I found? You can add a manager to your business, and that's also done right down here under users. And Google celebrates Black-owned businesses as well as women-owned businesses. And so you can add that attribute here. Okay. Finally, insights. Let's take a look. They added this new capability to insights up here. And this tells you how people found your listing. What keywords did they type in to find your listing? Or at least they did the last time I was here. Let's see. Oh. Well, they're telling me how they found me on what device. Oh yeah, here it is. Searches breakdown. The number 1 search terms that are returned to your profile and your results. Okay, so let's take a look at this profitable persona strategy that I have introduced you to. And let's see these results based on the content that I've published on my page. Now, one of the components that I use in my video communication strategy is adding an animated logo. I just think it's a good investment. It's a short 4-second video clip that you can use in all your videos. And so I say, why not? And I talk about it sometimes. And so Google has recognized that since my competitors don't talk about an animated video, and I do, that I'm a better result for somebody searching for an animated video production. Do I do animated video productions? No, I don't do that. Disney does that. You know, automated whiteboard, SaaS products, software products do that. I don't do that. But because none of my competitors are talking about it, and because these people are in my neighborhood, Google shows them my business listing and says, talk to this guy. And I could have an educated conversation with you about it, but I'm not the best one to create it. Zoom. I produced a video called Zoom versus StreamYard, and it gets a lot of views. And since my Google My Business listing is connected to YouTube, since they're all the same login, then it recognizes me as a good asset for these people. YouTube. Now that's the one I do want to be found for because that's where my expertise lies. And so it is my third most popular keyword. When somebody types in YouTube in my neighborhood, I usually pop up or my business listing pops up, and that's what I really want. So it lets you see all these different keywords that somebody used in order to find you. So that's helpful. It shows you if you're doing well. Now, 288 people total found my business listing last month. 28 found me by name. The rest of them found me by keywords, and a few of them typed in Anthony Prichard Communications, which is my brand. And this is suggesting that you use Google Ads again. Okay, what do the customers view when they come to my Google listing? Or how do they find me? They found me on Google search. 93 of them found me on Google search. 238 found me on Google Maps. So that's kind of correlated. So what did they do when they came to my website? Well, one person called me, one person requested directions, one person visited my website, and one person messaged me. Great. All good there. Where were they when they requested directions? Now, this is maybe for if you have a showroom or if you have, I can't think of anything for realtors that they would request driving directions, but for other businesses who you may know who have takeout or pickup items, this would be helpful for them. It told me exactly what day of the week my phone call came in. And then if I get a lot of phone calls, it'll tell me when my most popular time is. And then it shows photo views. How many people viewed my photos? And it shows my competitors. How many times viewers viewed my competitors' photos. So I got to do a better job here and upload some more photos. Photo quality. Oh, it looks like I'm doing good here. Customers didn't have as many as me, so that's your insights. And I think that's very valuable in providing you with good information so that you as a business owner can make better decisions. We'll go back up here to posts. If you're following along with me, this is a great time to do that post. Since my video is in my phone, I'm going to add an update right here. Oh, maybe I can add an offer. We'll see if it lets me add an offer with a video. This is an update. And it says not enough data for insights yet, which means maybe nobody has seen it. But this one says 6 people viewed it. And that was the one from a couple weeks ago on February 23rd. That was the first time I gave this class. 6 people viewed this one too. This is me posting my events. This is on June 29th. Don't miss that one. $1 a day video ads on YouTube and Facebook. Lifestyle videos, smartphone editing videos. This is the one for March 30th, YouTube testimonials and front free video apps. So what this will do is it'll let you share it, and I think it'll let you view post on search. So I think it's, yeah, right here. That's what that post looks like. All right, so back to my posts and posting that video that we made. I'm going to go to the app on my smartphone, log in the exact same way I would on desktop, and then post. It's got a little button on the first page that I open up that I can create a post. So I'm going to try that offer. And it does say add photo or video. So I'm going to add, choose from gallery, click on videos. I'm going to go to camera, recent. Here it is. There it is. And in this little post platform here, I'm going to put in the title, free digital footprint analysis. And then in the description, I'm going to say, book your free 45-minute session with me. And the start date, it'll give me a start date. I'm going to start it today and I'm going to end it on the 31st of March. Okay, and I'm going to end that at 3 p.m. You can get right in under the wire there. Coupon code, I don't need that. Add a website link. That's where I could add my Calendly link if I wanted, but I'm just going to add my website for now, which is AnthonyPrichard.com, and then publish. All right, now since it's a video, it may take a minute to process while it uploads, but then it'll show up right here. And because I used in the title and in the description, digital footprint or digital analysis, it's likely that it would show up if somebody was typing in the keywords free digital footprint analysis. So that is your overview of the posts section. If you have any questions, type them into the comment bar and Regina will let me know that there's a question. Info. This is the most important section. If you're brand new to Google My Business, you need to fill this out in its entirety. Now, if you don't want to show your business address, you can select a business area, and that will be evident to you when you fill this out. Your address will be listed here for you in your listing, but it will not be listed for users who are searching for your services. And that might be important to you if you have concerns about that. So you can change your service area. If I was you, I would just start with one zip code. Start with the smallest possible service area. You want to increase your relevancy for those people and not dilute your message. And this works like a pebble in a pond. You drop the pebble in the pond and it creates concentric circles outwards. So after you start to get some results and build up your reviews, then you can expand your service area. But for the beginning, just start with your neighborhood. Mine's called Cushing Park, Englewood, Colorado. All right, you can list your service areas, hours. You can change your hours. You can add special hours. You can obviously put your phone number in there. You definitely want that. You can add a short name so that you can include this in any of your social media posts at Anthony-Prichard.communications or dash. Include your website, include that Calendly link. I'll go show you that now. Calendly, again, is a free service. I have this on the free account on purpose so that I can demonstrate this. And it just lets you create an event. And then once you create it, you can edit it. And you can dictate when it allows you to be booked. These workflows allow you to automate emails that go out. I believe that's a premium product, but that's helpful so you don't have to do it manually. Thank you for booking an appointment with me. I just have a few questions before we go on our tour. Do you mind if I give you a call so that I can learn more about your situation? I would highly recommend filtering out these leads so that you don't end up wasting your time with somebody who's not qualified. Okay, so let's go back. Just copy that link. And all we would do is put it right in there. It's the same exact link, so not a whole lot of updating there. Okay, so that's going to be highlighted here, orange, except, yeah, I think that's right. Sometimes people will suggest changes to your listing, and so this notification will pop up, and then you can accept those changes. Again, Google's trying to make sure that it is accurate. Make sure to fill in your description with keywords like video spokesperson, with digital footprint overview. These are the keywords that you want to be recognized as anchor text for your brand so that people who are looking for you can find you. And this is an SAT exam. The more boxes you fill out, the better score you get. So let's go to reviews. You want to reply to all your reviews as a common practice. Gilda was somebody who took me up on my invitation to do a free 45-minute work session. And this is the review she left for me. Thank you, Gilda. I offer anyone a free 45-minute work session with me in exchange for an honest online review. And that's a good way for anyone to build up their reviewed. And I guess I need to reply to these folks. So that's homework for me. Messages. This is where people send you messages, and this is becoming a more popular form of communication. Regina did this last time for me so that I could show that it shows up. But messages are 24 hours. And conveniently, they pop up on your smartphone so that you can reply to them at your convenience. And so again, this is another one of those technology advancements that's improving the quality of our lives. It's more convenient for the end user, and it's more convenient for the business owner. So that's why Google My Business has created that. Photos. I need to upload more photos, just like you probably do. But this is different things relating to my business that talk about who I am and what I do. I'm kind of goofy, if you can tell. I like my goofy side. If you like to be goofy in a professional way, then I'm a good fit for you. I guess I just like to have fun in my work. That's the main thing. If you have products, you can list them here under products, and they will also be searched under anchor text. So anybody search, and then this is probably one of the big reasons I get found here, is because I have a product listed for animated video production. And you see the price point I listed on there is kind of high. I did that because I get to set my own price. You can definitely find animated logos and animated video for a lot less than that, but I'm not gonna bother myself with it unless I'm getting compensated fairly for my time investment. So that's a great way to do that, as well as your services. And this is the thing I was trying to change. I think one of my competitors is trying to put me in this box, but I'm more of an advertising agency and less of a video production service. So the last thing I did was I changed my category primarily to advertising agency instead of video production. And it looks like they went there suggested Google that it's not, so that they show up higher in the search results for advertising agency instead of me. Those dirty rats. Well, that's the type of company culture they have at their company. Great, but I still have the power to do that myself. Let me just show you. I'll do it again. What's the screen share? I'm gonna share with you my phone screen so that I can go over this process again. It seems kind of relevant. And I've got a screen sharing tool that's kind of fun to work with. So I'll do that here. And what I want to do is go, screen mirror app, that's right. There it is. So now that I've got this app opened on my phone and I've got this URL opened on my computer, I can just point my phone at that QR code, and it will, it'll show up. My phone screen will show up on my computer screen. Okay, so now you can see my Google My Business right here at the bottom. I'm gonna go to full screen here. And I'm in a different account, so I'm gonna go to Anthony Prichard. And I'm gonna go to Home and Profile. That's what I want, Profile. And then I'm gonna scroll to Services, Edit Business Info. So primary category, it's not letting me delete that. Okay, well, this is where you would change your primary category. But I'm gonna have to get on the phone with Google customer service and change this because I may have accepted those changes prematurely. But Screen Mirror app, jot that one down. If you ever want to show anybody anything on your phone, that's a great app to use. And all of this title and description information, as well as price, is considered keyword optimization. So all of this content that you're adding in to your services that you provide gives Google good information for people searching it for this, especially in your own neighborhood. So take the time to fill out these different services so that you can be found for these specialized keywords. Okay, any questions? We're moving right along. And we've only got 15 minutes left, which is not a lot of time. Did you know that Google gives you a free website? Oh my gosh, yes. Now this is not published yet, but this is a free website based on all the information on my Google My Business listing. And I think this is the best free website available, especially since it's connected to my GMB account. Highly recommend if you don't have one or you're not sure which one you should make, go with this one first. Get familiar with how a website works for free before you can justify spending money on an expensive one. Now, why does it say cbd-keto.com can connect? Well, that is a domain that I've purchased. So you can go and register your domains at domain.google.com. And these are $12 a year. And it's just like GoDaddy, but it's fully integrated. Once upon a time, when it first came out in Colorado, to legally sell CBD oil, I created this company, CBD Coffee Creamer, with an investor. It didn't pan out, but that's why you see that right there in Connect, because it'll let you automatically create a custom domain name website with your Google My Business listing. So hopefully this is just overloading you with good information about how powerful this tool is, and how valid my advice is on spending 15 minutes a week with this free digital marketing tool. Create an ad. We've got that. Let's see where we're at in our slideshow here. Did you know that Google made $34 billion last year? With a B, okay? $34 billion. The year before, it looks like they made $36 billion. And their growth was just monumental year over year, 20% growth in advertising revenue. This is the majority of their income is with Google advertising revenue. And you can tell their growth is only 10% this last year. And because of, their position for monopolizing online advertising, they've actually pulled back on their growth rate, but they are still well positioned as the most popular advertising platform on earth. And it's just incredible how much money people are willing to spend to get to the top of the Google search results. And this is evidence of that. More evidence of how important Google is in a marketer's life. And this is what it looks like if you're a realtor. If you've taken the time to put some energy and effort into this free Google tool called Google Ads. I mean, it's not free because you have to pay for your ads, but it's free to learn how to use it. Anybody can use it. There's no barrier to entry to using it. It's just kind of how to use it. But I mean, if somebody typed in real estate agent near me, Google is going to produce this type of a result with your attention towards local service ads. And that's what I was going to go over in the last 5 or 10 minutes of this workshop. And I'm going to go ahead and stick around for another 30 minutes because Regina has booked me until noon. So if you want to stick around for some more Q&A, then go ahead. But yeah, getting that green check mark next to Google screened real estate agent, that's going to set you apart from your competitors in your neighborhood. So just wanted to quickly go over that. Last time I did this, I had not connected it to my Google Analytics account, which I have straightened out. So they're going to walk you through this tutorial right here. And it includes your accuracy on your business listing, which I've gone over. This is ad copy, placements, and then credit card. It's going to ask you to enter your payment information, but it's going to give you $100 in free ad credit if you spend $50. So let's go ahead and finish that setup here.
Anthony, you had a couple of questions about the home or office address. You said that the address does not show up publicly.
Yep, correct.
But it might help you gain business in the area you live versus everybody having the address of the office. question. That's
Yeah,
two
correct.
questions.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would recommend using your home address and then clicking the I provide services to customers at their location option. That will remove your public address.
Can
Yeah,
you say that again one more time?
sure. And let me just see if I can think about somebody who doesn't have their address listed. Let's see.
I think when I added mine, I put the office address.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go in and change it.
Good idea. Good idea. So, all right, Rev Local is a marketing company, and they wrote a blog on this. I would think that Google's own support information would show up above this, but it looks like they haven't. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. Hiding my address after it's already published. So this is all information here. There's even videos on it. Make sure to get that done. Okay, back into ads. It's going to give me a progress bar here. And I can market people to my address or to my business profile. And I want to market them to my business profile. I can preview it if I want, but I know what it looks like. So I'm going to click next. So I'm going to want to select different images to show up on this. But for now, it's going to pick them for me. And I can see what it looks like on mobile or on desktop. Did a little volunteering at the local high school this week. Their video broadcasting in high schools is expanding exponentially because parents can't come watch these events. The only way they can participate is by watching them online. And so the journalism and broadcast teachers are overwhelmed with the responsibility of all these activities, choir and band included. And I was like, well, maybe I can help her out a little bit. There's a lot of rules, so I don't know. So I'm going to say video advertising. Oh, you can tell I went over the headline numbers. So I'm going to delete this. I don't even have enough room for that. Okay, next. It's pretty easy little progress through this. I don't do that. See, that category is really a problem. But it's very common for these other advertising agencies to use these toxic business practices. I had never imagined when I went to business school that I would come across the ferociousness of business. And it's kind of blown my mind recently. But it's the reality. And We get to just conduct ourselves according to our own moral compass. All right, I can set the radius, and I want to set it again to the smallest radius possible. And it looks like I can even do a specific zip code. So I'm going to go 80110. That's the only one I want to show up in. I want this one. I'll leave that one and that one. I want this one. Those are good neighborhoods to be in. And I can set my own budget. For Glenda, I think I set it at $2 a day too. Looks like my competitors are driving up the cost of this, but I don't think you would have as much competition in your industry. So it's telling me that in order to even perform at all, I've got to spend $7 a day or $213 a month. And I would get an estimated 40 to 80 clicks each month for that advertising budget. All right. So that's the review to make sure it looks good. Next. Perfect. And then it just wants me to add my payment information. So this is the dashboard you'll get whenever you go back to this. Type in ads.google.com and you'll be brought back to this dashboard. This is the easy or the express dashboard, and you can send yourself, let's see, back to, this is what I'm going to call to get support on my business category. Let's see, I can.
Anthony, someone asked to remind them why the lowest radius possible is best. And I think the answer is quality over quantity.
Correct. Yes. You cannot be everything to everyone, but you can demonstrate your marketing effectiveness by picking that one avatar and going after that one person that looks the most like you in your neighborhood. After you've demonstrated to yourself that you can create successful advertising, then you've got permission to expand your radius outwards. Of course, you may specialize in just one neighborhood, but that doesn't mean you can't work in all neighborhoods. And that's kind of an unwritten law or something that isn't talked about. I mean, I focus my message to 40-something single fathers who are athletic and entrepreneurial, but that doesn't mean that other demographics can't learn from the information that I share or from the services that I provide. Okay, so that was the presentation. I'm a minute over. Thank you for joining us. I hope you got some significance out of this workshop. I will only give a presentation like this if I think it's valuable for small business owners, especially realtors. And that's how I've designed the rest of my workshops to be just as compact with information and interactive activities so that you can infuse this information into your weekly business practices. My email is ap@anthony.com. And if you would like, I just sent that to Peter because Peter sent me a message directly. So let me send this to everyone, ap@.
And everyone, don't forget to add your email address if you want an update before the next class and any information from Anthony that you might want about this class or about more help from him personally.
Exactly what I was going to say next, Regina. I will
Excellent.
extend an invitation to schedule that free 45-minute call with me and ask you to put me to work for you. What is your status? What's your direction? And how can I assist immediately in that 45 minutes? I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm just going to give you an example of what it's like to work with me. And that's all I can hope for.
And you guys, when Anthony was in the building teaching these classes, we actually tried to create videos, videos to post on our Google pages. And I went into another room to post a video when he gave us 2 minutes to post a 30-minute video. And I was not happy with any one of them. My stick wasn't long enough and my background wasn't great enough and I wasn't saying what I wanted to say. And he really did spend a lot of one-on-one time. And he said, just post what you post and don't procrastinate on that. And I'm really bad about it. So I need it drilled in over and over. But he is really good about helping everybody create that video that you feel uncomfortable creating. So I appreciate him for that. I know he's further pushing me out of my comfort zone at open houses or whatever that I am. But I look at other people's Facebook pages and their video posts and I'm like, that was not perfect, but I didn't notice it, like until you go and try to pick it apart, your video will be your video. It won't be picked apart by the public or your friends and family.
Because it's directed, Regina, just at that avatar. And
which someone else asked about the avatar. Is it the same avatar is your avatar same as ideal client?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And you don't care about what other people think or say because they weren't going to buy from you anyways. And so they really had no relevance to you in creating that video in the first place. And so therefore their opinions do not matter. Well, great. I'm really pumped for our next one. I started doing these video testimonials a long time ago. Because my background is rooted in sales, my mother and father were both in sales roles growing up. And so I feel like every conversation I had with them was them selling me on something. My grandfather owned his own business. He sold pickles to grocery stores, and I would ride along with him a lot, delivering pickles. And so I just kind of grew up with this natural attraction to, creating a sale. And the thing in new modern digital world that resonated the most with me were these honest online video testimonials. And so I worked on them, found a formula that worked. It's continued to work for the last 5 years. I haven't changed a word of the script. You're going to get to practice them yourself. You're going to get to practice them with other real estate agents at random. And you're going to get to publish them on your website so that you can give people that content that they're looking for that will help them reduce their risk of working with you, so that you can, these videos work forever. They never lose their relevancy. You can use them on every page of your website, every social media platform. And I just hope that you gain as much appreciation for these videos as I do after this workshop and start to use them to naturally grow the abundance and prosperity of your business. Oh, you found that January workshop. Good one, Regina. Yeah, that's it. Click that link right there that Regina just put in the message bar if you missed the first one. This one is going to stop right now because it's over and people can review it on their